So to keep the politics going, that's what everyone wants, right? You know, with the president, it's a lot of pressure. Like, people think that like he's wasting his time when he's out golfing. But can you imagine the stress of just having that button in your office of just like, I'm really having a bad day. I really messed someone else's day up a lot more. Okay, I'm a good president. I'm a good guy. So that's why you need that off time to actually, when it comes down to make decisions, to be in there and ready for it. But can you imagine how much stress that is? Like, it's so much stress. That's why I think when you get out of office, like, we just pay their salary to live for the rest of their lives. Like, which is probably best for their safety, right? Because if you can imagine Bush or Obama in any office scenario, there's automatically just a slew of people that just have something against them. Just, I didn't get that note about that client. You're fired. Yeah, but that's the Republican and reception's fault. I never liked you anyway. But yeah, there should be that stress. There should be a government-funded restaurant management outreach program. Because when I worked in a restaurant, there's no greater stress that the average man knows. So that's where you can apply it, or else you'll just go crazy. I imagine Obama just like, you know, as a chef in a restaurant, just like, that's where he probably finally give some orders and make some changes and do some things, right? Because he would have the freedom to do so, as much freedom as he previously allowed. Soapbox, this is bad. I'm not going to do this again. Just bear with me. But yeah, I feel like that would be the worst place for him to be, because as soon as somebody starts complaining about their chicken wings, you know, they don't understand him anyway. Because A, he's extremely articulate, and B, he's a black man in a restaurant. And you just heard what he said about Cracker Barrel. This is all new material. I think you guys should listen to me. You guys want to get on with the show? You want me to get off the stage? Just applaud. Just applaud. All right. This is her first time performing at the Hotspot. I'd like you guys to give a warm welcome to Allis Blair.
Yeah, I'm not leaving my beer at the table. That's coming with me. I'll do that tonight. Hi guys, I'm Allis Blair, and if you know the X-Men I am named after, you are just as big a dork as I am, so good for you. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed out though. I meant to get here earlier so I could like play a round or two of pool. I don't know about you, but I fucking love pool. Not good at it. At all. In fact, every time I play, I have to act like it's my first time. And I don't hustle people. Like I said, I'm just really bad at pool. And in case you're wondering, that whole excuse does also work for sex. So, that's good. I'm glad you guys laughed. Thank you. No, I'm not funny. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm not funny. I just have really bad luck, so I like to make other people feel a little better by comparison. I'm not saying, my life sucks by any means. For fuck's sake, I live in Charlottesville. I mean, it's not Guam or Siberia or Syria even. Words are hard, or Norfolk. I lived in the 757 for a while. One person. Yeah. No, I went to Christopher Newport. My idea was I'd go get a degree, end up being like a screenwriter for have some awesome show on NBC. I do now pick up dog shit for a living. So that came in real handy, right? No, I love my job. I work for the SPCA over in Charlottesville. Yeah, cats. No, I like cats better than people, which may or may not mean I'll die alone, but whatever. Big deal. But no, I work for the SPCA, which is nice. Because when I'm trying to impress people, I just go, oh yes, I work for a local nonprofit full-time. Also, yes, that is what it says on my online dating profile. So, now I'm trying a new method method of dating that my friend started recommending to me. You may have heard of it. It's called having standards. But apparently it's too much to ask for a man ages 30 to 35 with a job, a car, and a home. So, winning that one. I do date older men, and it's not so much that I have daddy issues. It's just I grew up with a really, really strong feeling of contempt towards my peers. So, now my last ex was 19 years older than me, and I did not know this when we got set up. So I had no idea. And when I found out, I was just like, ew, you're old enough to be my dad. To which he responded with, nah, I've done the math. I'm old enough to be your uncle. So, speaking of family, I recently inherited my mom's iPhone, which would be really awesome if I knew how the fuck to work an iPhone. I'm not good with technology. My grandmother can work an iPhone. She can navigate it smoother than I can, and she's been dead for like 8 years. So, no, I recently became the proud mother of my third cat. Yeah, I adopted the first two, and I'd been living with the guy for a couple of years. It seemed like a stable point in my life, which I love this. My mom, when we split up, demanded that I get him to pay child support for the cats. Which, granted, I would love to see, cat support written on the memo line of a personal check, but otherwise I did find that to be a fairly unreasonable request. Sorry, I'm thinking about my lack of money now that I brought up checks. Zoned out for a minute now. Yeah, I'm in a weird place in my life. You kind of have to set yourself down and have a little heart-to-heart when you find an empty Altoids container while cleaning, and you go, oh my god, is there weed in this? You know what I'm talking about. No, just kidding. I'm too poor for substance abuse. No, I'm really disorganized though. I keep like all of my makeup in my purse because when you're me, you never know when or where you're waking up and how much you've been crying. So I'm very disorganized. I actually had my purse stolen from me on Halloween. A little bit shrinkage-wasted. But yeah, no makeup, which is why I look like Cyndi Lauper and Skrillex had the worst baby ever. But no, I am proud to say I've recently gotten my drinking much more under control. I don't drink excessively in public anymore. I drink excessively in the privacy of my own home alone with my cats. So, yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I do spend what little money I have left over on booze. It's the only investment you can really make that helps you forget about how fucking poor you are. And I was at the grocery store the other day getting my weekly wine supply, and the lady asked me, would you like cash back? And I had to laugh at her. I was like, you're adorable. You think I have money left over after this? Honey, if I had any money left, I would not be drinking the $3 wine. So, thank you, but yeah, no, I'm at that shitty level of poor where I make too much money to be on any benefits, any EBT, but I can't afford to feed myself. On the plus side, I'm losing weight, and I have to say there's nothing as exhilarating as finding a shirt, fitting into a shirt that you thought was way too small for you. And there's nothing quite as awkward as fitting into a shirt you thought was way too small for you, getting to work and realizing you're wearing a shirt that is way too small for you. And they say you are what you eat, which is total bullshit, because cannibalism is not that predominant in today's society. For real. And I went to a party the other night, and the host was being super, super awesome or whatever, and made a vegan 7-layer bean dip for the one vegan attendee. And I'm sorry, okay, you can be vegan, that's fine. You can be late for a party. Things come up. You cannot be vegan and late to a party and expect that my drunk ass hasn't poured cheese sauce all over your vegan dip. No, there's all these different diets going on. There's vegetarian, there's vegan, there's pescatarian. I just group them all into the category of douchebag. All right.
hard it is to do this after not having performed in 2 weeks. In her email to me, she said she hadn't performed in 4 years. So give it up again for Allison. I'm a little what?
Encore. One more joke. One
Mr.
more
Boyle, I
joke.
love your funny cred. I'm just kidding.